You know that feeling. Someone you really cared about tells you they're not interested, or just disappears without explanation. And suddenly, there's this physical ache in your chest. You can't stop replaying every conversation, every moment, looking for where it went wrong. People tell you to just move on, to get over it. But here's what they don't tell you. Rejection doesn't just hurt emotionally. It registers in your body the same way physical pain does. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens to you when you're rejected, and why understanding it is actually the key to healing faster. Most of us were taught that getting hurt over rejection is weakness. That if you're really secure, you'd brush it off and keep moving. But that's not how any of this works. Studies using brain imaging have shown that the pain of being rejected by someone you care about lights up the exact same areas of the brain as physical injury, the same regions that fire when you break a bone fire when someone says they don't want you. This is not exaggeration. This is what's actually happening inside you. So when rejection knocks you flat, when it feels bigger than it should, it's not because you're too sensitive. It's because your body is responding to real pain. Let's go through what that actually looks like. 1. Your body goes into threat mode the moment significant rejection hits. Your brain's alarm system fires, and it doesn't distinguish between I'm in physical danger and the person I love doesn't want me. To your body, both are emergencies. For most of human history, being rejected by your group, your tribe, your community meant you were on your own. No protection, no resources. So our bodies developed a powerful alarm response to social rejection. Because back then, it was literally life or death. That's why rejection can feel catastrophic, even when you know you're physically safe. Your body doesn't care what your mind knows. It's already sounding the alarm. And that alarm is also why you can't stop thinking about them. Your system is scanning for any information that the threat has passed. That's not obsession. That's survival mode. But that's just the beginning. What comes next is what makes moving on feel almost impossible. 2. You go through a kind of withdrawal when you're emotionally invested in someone. Your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical tied to reward, motivation, and addiction. Every time you anticipate seeing them, hearing from them, being close to them, when that person is suddenly gone, the dopamine drops sharply. And what you feel in that drop is withdrawal. That's why you have this desperate urge to reach out even when you know you shouldn't. That's why you feel physically uncomfortable in their absence. That's why your mind keeps drifting back to them, no matter how hard you try to focus on something else. It's not weakness, it's chemistry. Your system is craving something it got used to, and the memory of them temporarily fills that craving, which is also why you start idealizing them, forgetting the bad parts, only remembering the warmth. Your body is looking for relief from the withdrawal any way it can find it. 3. You lose more than just them. Here's what people rarely talk about. Rejection doesn't just take the person. It takes the version of yourself you were becoming with them. The plans you were building. The future you could picture. The person you hoped to be in that relationship. And losing all of that at once. The person, the future, the version of yourself, is a grief that goes beyond just missing someone. You're mourning a life that felt real even though it never fully happened. This is why "there are other fish in the sea" is so frustrating to hear. You're not just sad about one fish. You're grieving a whole world that existed in your imagination and felt completely real. Giving yourself permission to grieve that all of it is not weakness. It's honesty. For 1 rejection can change how you show up in every relationship after, for a lot of people. 1 significant rejection quietly rewires how they approach every connection that comes after. You start reading into texts. You assume the worst. You pull back before anyone gets the chance to hurt you first. You become hypervigilant to any early sign that someone might lose interest. And sometimes you unconsciously create the very rejection you were trying to avoid. This doesn't happen because you're broken. It happens because your body experienced something painful and started building walls to prevent it from happening again. Understanding that is what allows you to work with it instead of being controlled by it. How to actually heal. Healing from rejection isn't about moving on fast. It's about giving yourself the right conditions to actually recover. First, stop fighting the grief. Trying to push through it or skip it doesn't speed things up. It just delays it. Let yourself feel it without judgment. Second, break the loop deliberately. Every time your mind replays the rejection, or you feel the urge to reach out, you're reinforcing a cycle. Not by force, but by replacing the loop with something real: movement, people, creative work. Not to distract, but to give yourself new experiences to focus on. Third, watch the story you tell yourself. Rejection has a way of becoming "I wasn't good enough." Challenge that story directly. Their feelings about you are not a verdict on your worth. They're just data about compatibility. That reframe isn't denial, it's accuracy. If you're sitting in rejection pain right now, I want you to hear this clearly. What you're feeling is real. It's not dramatic. It's not too much. It's your body doing exactly what it was built to do when it experiences a significant loss. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a close friend going through the same thing. Some days will be harder than others, but every day you choose not to catastrophize, not to reach out from a place of pain, not to let this become the story of your worth, your healing. Slowly, honestly, you're healing. And on the other side of this, there's a version of you who knows themselves better, guards their heart smarter, and loves more clearly than ever before.